Tejo and Medellin, alcohol and explosions. What more could be better?
So we're here with Chris, who is the organizer of a Tejo Tour, and you may be asking yourself right now, what is Tejo? And this question we will relay to Chris. What is Tejo?
Tejo is the national sport of Colombia. This game predates the Spaniards' arrival to Colombia. So the indigenous created this game. So it's the national sport, and now it's actually called the patrimonial sport of Colombia, which means it's really only found in Colombia. So it's a great game where you throw discs of steel at packages of gunpowder, and when you hit them, bam, they explode.
You know a little bit about the history, why they did that, or is this?
Yeah, the history of the game is that the indigenous, the tribe of Indians were the Turmequé Indians. So the original name of the game is Turmequé. And how you played Turmequé was the disc was actually made of solid gold. And then the triangles, they didn't have really the explosives, so they had a triangle of gold. So when you threw your golden Tejo and hit the golden triangle, you got to keep the gold as your prize. That was awesome. And we could do it, but it's a lot more money. But when Spain finally arrived to Colombia, a couple of hundred years later, they liked the game, but they couldn't let them keep the gold. So Spain is credited actually for changing the sport forever. So they taught the indigenous how to make the Tejos out of non-precious metals and the triangles out of paper and gunpowder. So Spain changed it forever, but it's still uniquely Colombia.
That's cool. What did attract you to the whole sport? Like, you could play soccer or basketball or whatever, but Tejo?
I had heard about this sport 6.5 years ago when I owned a restaurant, and I thought, I got to check it out. I mean, throwing things and making stuff blow up, come on, that's awesome. But it took me forever to find a place to play, and I tried it. I mean, I liked it, but I didn't really get into it. But about 1.5 years later, I started playing again, tried again, and man, I was so bored because I'd sold my restaurant. I didn't have anything to do. So I just started coming out, and I started playing every Saturday alongside of the Colombians. And they'd stand there and watch me.
What does the gringo do here?
Yeah, basically. It took me 8 months of playing by myself for them to let me play with them.
Oh, okay.
So it was just really out of necessity to fill time.
All right, cool. And how easy, like, it sounds right now very difficult to be able to start when the Colombians take months to let you play. But is it hard? Can anybody do that? Or you need like be an athlete or? No,
this game is for everybody. I mean, you really just only need to be able to swing your arm. You know, you don't even have to take a step. But everybody can do it. It just really helps when there's somebody to teach you how to do it properly. Because just like any sport, you can get discouraged. You know, you're like, oh, you know, playing golf. I don't know if you play golf, but
yeah, I know.
You know,
of golf.
Right, but you know, a lot of times it's not that hard of a game. But if you don't have anybody to show you, you know, you can stop playing. So no, anybody can play this game.
All right, cool. So yeah, if you don't know Chris, he offers tours here in Medellin for, to explain you how to do it, so you get it right at the first time. So if you want to book his tour, the link is in the description down below. And don't forget, we have a great website with a lot of other details about life Colombian Medellin. So if you want to find out more about that, make sure to check it out now.